Lights, camera, action.
The president of the Omaha Symphony called a meeting of some of the community leaders over to the Orpheum and said, you know, we're just having a heck of a time here. The facilities are bad for performers, they're bad for audiences, we hardly have any time, the place is booked 300 plus days a year for all kinds of things other than musical performance. And have any of you really looked this place over? And we said, no, well, let's take a tour.
I'd been in the Orpheum since a youngster, you know, coming up from Lincoln to see. So it was devastating to go downstairs and see that place and what had happened to it.
We're trying to get Walter really interested, and we're going down the stairs and they're seeing this, you know, cobweb-lined place. And she says, Walter, this is a disgrace. And I sort of figured that from then on we were home. We were on the free.
I don't think there was any question that most people felt that it would be in better hands if the private sector took it over and did something about it. And I think that was pretty much a universal agreement at the time that you really had to do something for the Orpheum.
And that's when the Omaha Performing Arts Society was formed, because we needed some entity to enter into the lease with the city on the Orpheum. We needed a performance hall, and we needed to rehab the Orpheum.
There was talk of building a hall for a long time before, maybe 2 or 3 years, but nobody had ever figured out how to pay for it.
We had never raised over $100 million for one project. And so the thought of doing that was a little daunting at the time, but people really stepped up. We had a formula, we knew where we needed to go, and we just kind of kept moving forward.
It's a very philanthropic community and a very generous community. Coupled with that was the leadership of Omaha Performing Arts Board of Directors and John Gottschalk, as well as Dick and Mary Holland were part of the project. And together with Heritage Services, putting the construction together and the fundraising, it really was, I think, all the parts were here to make something special happen.
Looked at concert halls in Europe, looked at what we thought were the best concert halls here in the United States, and then at the end of the day started to formulate what our vision was. 3 priorities. The first one was we wanted a hall that nurtured people to come inside. You looked into this building and said, I want to be part of that. The second was we wanted to build the concert hall acoustically that we could afford, the best in acoustics that we could have. And then the third one was we wanted a building that was iconic to the city.
I knew the components were there to make the Holland Performing Arts Center a world-class building.
From an artistic standpoint, and from the science that went into it and the engineering, all the people that worked on this hall delivered to our community a great, great value for the money that our great donors invested in it.
I think that when people first saw the hall, they had the same impression. Man alive, you know, they loved it. Nobody comes here and doesn't talk about the building, for the simple reason that few people have seen a building quite like this, particularly in the Middle West.
I don't think people believe what it is until they get here and actually feel it and do it. I don't think they really understand how special it is.
It doesn't matter how many performances you come to or attend, but the reaction that people have around you that have never been here before. And it's a pride, kind of a pit of your stomach excitement that you feel for them, because this is their first experience with this. And it won't be their last, because it just isn't. You can't not come back.
The people that perform on this stage in a great hall, it inspires performance. I mean, no matter how good you are, you'll be better when you're here.
Clearly, Omaha Performing Arts and Joan has brought in a wonderful cadre and diversity of musicians and performances that people have really, I think, addressed the diversity of our community.
We've gone from 0 to really respected and well-known because the quality of this building, what they find when they come here, the appreciative audiences and the support really do resonate with the artists and their managements.
Artists have been extraordinarily complimentary, and in fact, I think have been a significant part of our early success in 5 years. They talk to one another about the hall.
In 5 years, we've had 1,700,000 people go through this and the Orpheum.
Our education programs have had over 140,000 young people in both buildings. That's a lot of people in a very short period of time, and it has surpassed, I think, all of our expectations.
Here we are in a major recession, and our place is hanging together and standing up well. We're getting a name. We're getting the fact that we draw audiences and so on. All play a part in what is achieved by the Omaha Performing Arts.
It's a special place, and it will create its own legacy as the years go on. And I suspect it'll be here a long time. I think it will be a favored spot, easily accessible, just like the Orpheum over all these years, even in its worst years. People love the Orpheum, and for different reasons, clearly, than they would love and do love the Holland Center. But I think it already has established that, and I think that'll always be the case. It'll be a legacy building, I think, be an icon for a long time.
We have lots of ideas of how we can continue to grow these audiences and bring people here, and we'll need others to step up. Just as the founders were part of this and saw the original vision, as we move forward, we need folks to join us to help realize additional programs, to take care of these facilities, and to ensure that they have this, stayed at this quality for generations now and to come. We can continue to enhance these buildings, bring in great art, reach young people, and really serve the community.
We are asking for continuing goodwill and support of the community to finish up some additional amenities that will really enhance even further both of these venues.
Everybody who's contributed to this hall has got to be proud, and you should be proud, because you've made it better.
You couldn't have done with your resources anything finer, I don't think, for the city of Omaha. It's long-lasting. It's going to be here forever, and it's wonderful.
It's an absolutely wonderful facility and a place where people would like to go.
The fundraisers, the donors, the staff, the administration, the board, our contractors, our professional designers, all these people were brought together in one Herculean effort, and it's been a great journey.
I think the old man here had something to do with it, and I've long appreciated it, even though it's just relatively new. But I'm going to like it forever, you know. In the future, it can only get better.